Hey guys, and welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. My name is Rob. As you can see from the intro to the video, I managed to get the Avelyn. So let's have a look at that. "16 strength, 14 dex, no scaling. Repeating crossbow cherished by the weapon craftsman Aedis. Its elaborate design makes it closer to a work of art than a weapon. Intricate mechanism makes heavy damage possible through triple shot firing of bolts. But in fact, each bolt inflicts less damage. But even so, stacking up those 3 bolts will do more damage overall than a regular crossbow bolt will. So Aedis, I believe, was the crystal knight that we fought on the way to Seath's boss room. And using the key that we got, the Archive Tower Giant Cell key. The giant cell once imprisoned countless maidens, but is now empty save for a few key persons. They struggle to uphold their sanity as the horde of mistakes writhe at a fearfully close proximity. Yeah, the mistakes, there was that group of Pisakas who obviously was not what Seath was trying to make. Who knows what he was actually trying to do. Well, what do you have to say now, Big Hat?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm saved. That makes twice. I must be sure to repay you. I will visit the archives. If I discover any new spells, I shall share them with you. Prepare to be impressed by the onward march of sorcery. Hello. Don't mind me. Go on ahead. I'll head out soon. I wish to lay down my plans before I visit the archives.
Anyway, besides old Big Hat, there's another firekeeper down here who perished and left behind her firekeeper's soul. Soul of a long-lost firekeeper. And I think that's the same, description that the other ones have. Soul is gnawed by infinite humanity and can boost the power of precious Estus flasks. So those are the 2 reasons you would come back to the tower here after getting the bonfire, because you can't warp back here, you have to backtrack. And you're not supposed to be able to warp out of here, but I'm going to put that glitch to the test here. Alright, let's give it a try. Gonna have to be quick, because that serpent man is going to come after me. What do you know, it works. And just like that. Very nice. Can't level up with these souls. I'm going to repair my equipment. Don't think I can reinforce anything. Nah. Let me go ahead and put a few things in the bottomless box, like the parrying dagger, the crystal straight sword, the manservant greatsword, and the flamberge, which I will upgrade later. and the enchanted falchion, and the jagged ghost blade. I feel like I can pretty much leave everything else as is. I'll go ahead and put away Velka's rapier as well. I'll leave the Divine Reinforced Club in my inventory. We'll put away all but one of these dark cans, which I don't think I actually read the description of these. There's no requirements whatsoever. 130 occult damage modifier. I did not realize it had that. Interesting. Only weighs half a unit. 80% damage reduction in all stats, but a measly 30 stability. So this thing is... It seems it would be good except for that pathetic stability. It's not a very good shield, but it's an okay weapon with just straight 200 damage. I mean, if you happen to get a hold of this thing early in the game, it's actually a good twink weapon. The Dark Greats, incited by Koth, use the power of the Dark Soul to absorb humanity, an art shared by this weapon, which also acts as a special shield. The Ancients, particularly, could sap the humanity of even a replete saint in the blink of an eye. Yeah. I'll demonstrate how that works eventually. I'll keep the Avelyn out just because. And that'll do. Alright. Let's head over towards Seath. Plan on making mincemeat out of him. Actually, no, first, before I head to Seath, let's go ahead and talk to Big Hat Logan, who will be set up here. Yeah, here we go.
Hello there. I was expecting you. This place is truly magnificent, more than expected even. As promised, I shall share the new sorceries with you, and the secret of Seath's immortality.
So you go to purchase item, he has all the sorceries he was selling before, except now you can get Crystal Magic Weapon, and Crystal Soul Spear, and Homing Crystal Soul Mass. We'll read those. Sorcery boosted by the knowledge Logan acquired at the Regal Archives. Fire Piercing Crystal Soul Spear. These pale magic spears, sharpened through crystallization, are on par with the armaments of the ancient lords. Sorcery boosted by the knowledge Logan acquired at the Regal Archives. High magic plus crystallization to the right-handed weapon. Logan's trials were successful, and the crystal medium facilitated a stronger bond between weapon and soul. Sorcery boosted by the knowledge Logan acquired at the Regal Archives. Fire Homing Crystal Soul Mass. The mysteries of souls, crystals, and the sorceries are deeply intertwined.
Ah, the secret of Seath's immortality. If you have fought him and were imprisoned, you must know that Seath is a true undead, different from ourselves. His wounds close promptly, and no mortal blow affects him, granting true insulation from death. His wounds close promptly, and no mortal blow affects him, granting true insulation from death.
He just said that twice.
It is an effect of the primordial crystal, a sacred treasure pillaged by Seath when he turned upon the ancient dragons. So only by destroying the primordial crystal can you so much as scratch his hide. And it so happens, the primordial crystal is in the inner garden of these very archives, the Crystal Forest. The tomes stored in these archives are truly magnificent, a great pool of knowledge, the fruits of superior wisdom and an unquenchable desire for the truth. Some would say Seath had an unsound fixation, but his work is a beautiful, invaluable resource. All progress demands sacrifice, and I certainly bear no antipathy for that wonderful scaleless beast. The tomes stored in thee, a great pool of knowledge, some would say, all progress, and I certainly... Farewell.
Yeah, so Seath's pursuit of truth drove him mad, basically. is strange. It's peculiar to me that even after he found, the secret to a a pseudo immortality through the use of crystals and the primordial crystal, he kept on. I don't know. What was he trying to discover exactly? Alright, we got another golden golem out here. Now, these golden ones most often are transporting a maiden of some sort. This one is no exception. Ow. They'll also give you a nice slap upside the head. There we go. Now, haven't I seen you before?
It was you who rescued me. Why, thank you. I am Sieglind of Katerina. I don't know how I ended up in that crystal. It wasn't terrible in there, but I could hardly move. I must think of some way to repay you. Oh, have you seen my father? You wouldn't miss him. A suit of armor just like mine.
Yes.
Thank goodness. I knew he was here somewhere. Well then, now I must find him. Thanks again, truly. Now I shall just stay put and keep out of trouble. Thank goodness. Well then, now I shall just...
So Sigmar, known for not staying put and not staying out of trouble. Sieglind's bumbling father. And over here on this corpse we have the crystalline set. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Crystallized armor worn by a hollowed knight who was partially crystallized. The power of the crystal grants high defense. Yeah. And the crystalline helm actually looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. I like how it looks. But it's heavy. And there are multiple blue golems throughout this area here. And a few different items you can get. Let's see. I think it's mainly that item. And if you want to farm for blue titanite chunks, this is a good place to farm for them because these guys will drop them for you. There we go. Yeah, there's one. The blue ones have much less health than their golden counterparts, thankfully. There's only a couple of other golden ones that I know of that are actually in the crystal forest, and they're not carrying anybody. So Seath uses the channelers to locate maidens. He uses the serpent men to guard them. It's kind of like his prison wardens. The golems capture them and keep them imprisoned within their crystals, kind of in a stasis. And he performs experiments on these maidens, transforming them into hideous beasts. But to what end? Like, what is he trying to accomplish in that? He already has the primordial crystal, which will grant him immortality. Maybe he's trying to find a way to have children of his own to carry on a legacy of some sort. It is theorized that Priscilla is a crossbreed between dragon and whatever else, and that she was a product of Seath the Scaleless. Maybe he planned on betraying the gods all along, and the creation of Priscilla was, his ultimate goal And until he actually produced her, he produced all the maidens that turn into the Pasakas. Could be. Maybe he wanted to usurp Gwendolyn and everyone else, not caring about the Age of Fire or the Age of Dark. I mean, Seath is blind anyway. He wouldn't know if there were a son or not. There's a lot of different things you can speculate about Seath and his motivations. What drives him. They say he's gone mad, but I wonder if it's all actually just him being kind of evil and a bit of a creep. I think he was already mad to begin with. You'll notice down here there are stored rolls. Apparently, I did not press the circle button just then. There are moonlight butterflies. They're not aggressive. As long as you leave them alone, they won't bother you. So they must also be a creation of Seath the Scaleless. There's a lot of developer messages here, like this one that says path ahead. You can't see it, but if you see these little crystal snowflakes falling down, you can see where they dissipate in front of you and where some of them will continue to fall down further. That's one of the ways you can look and see where your path is. Another way is using prism stones, which I will use here in a bit to get one of the game's 2 blue titanite slabs. Not that I'm going to use it, but it might be helpful to somebody to see me do this so you'll know how to get it. Because once you get one, you can dupe the rest of whatever you need. Got to be careful up here, though, because it's very easy to fall down. And I think once this thing is dead, he will not respawn. Pretty sure. Alright, so you come down here. And you drop down right here and look behind you. And there are crystal lizards. And by killing both of them, I got 4 twinkling titanites, 2 blue chunks, and 2 green shards. Very nice. I think it's just those 2. So, gonna put those 99 prism stones to use. And I'm probably gonna speed this up because it will take a minute, so here we go. Why the developers saw fit to make the path so curvy is beyond me. There you go. So then you just basically go back the same way you came. Follow the path that you made. Don't try to deviate from it, because that's a good way to fall off. All these prism stones, though, remind me of Christmas lights. I kind of like them. Alright, and once you've done that, you got the blue titanite slab if you want to make a purely magical weapon. Then you've got another golden golem down here. I cannot aim down far enough. Trying to hit him. Man. Still not. Just let me hit that stupid golem. Or wait, this is... okay. So I could drop down there if I wanted to, but I really don't want to. And I think all that is a soul item or some humanity anyway, so I'm just going to leave it alone. And this path You can pretty much just look for the little snowflakes that fall, but it's a straight shot. Up. Yeah, just try not to veer too much to the right. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. That's how you do that. So as you approach the primordial crystal, it's going to be guarded by some familiar enemies here. All those clams from Ash Lake. I'm going to take these guys out one by one. If you approach very slowly, you should only aggro one at a time. You want to have a weapon that has plenty of reach. I don't think they have any poise at all. So as long as you don't hit them too fast and just keep stunning them, it should be fine. Here it is. Of course, you can always use an arrow, a bow and arrow to aggro them one at a time if you want to do it that way. This is another enemy that has a grapple attack, where it can pull you in and just start doing massive damage. Here we go. I don't know if hidden body works on them because I don't know if they can see. Yeah. Such a weird enemy with all of its legs. They drop purging stones. There we go. I'm going to read the description of that item and relate it to the curse bite ring here in a second. And this right here, after you kill Seath, you get a bonfire, like right in this area. So this is the best place in the game to farm for twinkling titanite, because they drop it at a fairly high rate. Look at there. So once you want to start upgrading twinkling titanite weapons like the black knight or the silver knight weapons, as well as various others and different pieces of armor, yeah, this is the place to do that. A lot easier than trying to farm souls in order to buy them from the giant blacksmith, even though that is an option. Meeks. Yeah, that move right there. Just eat you alive. And then you see on the inside of these enemies, if you look closely here, those are all skulls of people that this thing has eaten, I guess. So anyway, the item I got, the Purging Stone, removes curse. Let's see here. Let me get to it. Here we go. Ash-colored stone encasing a skull. Secret treasure of our store, the Earl of Kareem. Reduces curse buildup and breaks curse. Humans are helpless against curses and can only redirect their influence. The Purging Stone does not dispel curses, but receives them as a surrogate. The stone itself was once a person, or some other being, and if you look closely, you see it has a skull head. So, with that in mind, one of the infamous bite rings commissioned by Sir Arstor of Kareem. That name comes up again. Despite the dreadful rumors surrounding its creation, this ring is an unmistakable asset in its ability to help prevent curses. So the way that those two relate, obviously, a victim had to be, taken advantage of to create the curse-dispelling effects. And then as you approach the arena and approach the primordial crystal, well, I mean, did you think it was going to be that easy? Seath foolishly left it unguarded, so he comes rushing down to try and get you away from it. so that he doesn't lose his immortality. And then the game just puts you right here in front of it to where you can smash it if you want to. But if you want to know what's really fun, you just stand right here in front of it, put on some gold pine resin, and then let Seath's dumbass destroy it himself. Poetic justice. This mad dragon. So you can actually get a weapon from his tail if you're able to cut it off. But if you miss that tail cut right there, it's very difficult to get. And I missed it, so let's see if I can get it. That's not his tail, that's just one of his tentacles. Hang on here. There we go. And you get the Moonlight Greatsword. Seath is not a difficult boss at all. It's very easy to manipulate his attacks, and he does not have a ton of health. You should have a plus 15 weapon at this point in the game. Run up, wail on him a bit, create some distance, try to stay about midway. You don't want to get too far away, but you don't want to get too close either. And you want to try and bait out his breath attack, where he sweeps like that, so that you can close in on him and start doing some serious damage. And just like that, Seath the Scaleless, Seath the Immortal, has fallen. And we get the bequeathed Lord Soul Shard. Or the bequeathed Lord Soul, whatever. Can light up this bonfire. Let's have a look at the items we've gotten. Let's see. Soul of Seath the Scaleless. Soul of the albino Seath the Scaleless, a fragment of a Lord Soul discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Seath allied with Lord Gwyn and turned upon the dragons, and for this he was awarded dukedom, embraced by the royalty, and given a fragment of a great soul. Although just a piece, it will still satiate the Lord Vessel. So this Lord Soul that Seath is carrying, he got from Gwyn. It's a fragment of Gwyn's own soul. I have a lot of souls saved up. I'm soul level 70. Yeah, 24 strength, 24 dex. Yeah, that's fine. Now I can wield the Zweihander in one hand, as well as the Gravelord's sword. Yes, very nice. Not that I'm going to use that a whole lot, but still. And then the Moonlight Greatsword, which does exclusively magic damage, scaling only in intelligence, with a 16 strength, 10 dex, 28 intelligence requirement. This sword, one of the rare dragon weapons, came from the tale of Seath the Scaleless, the pale white dragon who betrayed his own. Seath is the grandfather of sorcery, and this sword is imbued with his magic, which shall be unleashed as a wave of moonlight. It's a sword that shoots laser beams. So interesting that, you have the School of Sorcery, the Vinheim Dragon School. You have Seath the Scaleless, who is a dragon who is the grandfather of sorcery. So the Vinheim Dragon School must have been set up in his name or something. It would only make sense. Alright, and having done that, let's warp back to Firelink Shrine. Oh, look at there. It's Onion Girl again.
Oh, hello again. We're both managing quite well, aren't we? But I haven't found my father yet. Have you seen him?
Always tell her yes, even if you haven't seen him in a while.
Really? Then I must be off. I'm sorry he's caused you trouble. He has a knack for that. If you just stay put.
It's funny that she just assumes that he's caused us trouble, just for the very fact that we've run into him. Really speaks to Sigmeyer's character.
Really?
You got any spare humanity that you don't need? Maybe.
What in the...
Oops.
What the devil?
There we go. Give us a kiss, Sieglind. I actually took a humanity from her. That's fun.
Really?
Somehow that does not immediately make her turn on us, which is pretty funny. But anyway, that'll do it for this part. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon with more Dark Souls Remastered, and until then, y'all take care.